Welcome to the Consumer Correction Facility Simulation. Please proceed with reckless caution. You are here for reconditioning. You have committed the crime of tax evasion and are unfit for society. Expected time remaining. Error. Expected time remaining. Error.
Alright, my name is Alex Zondervan, and in my level you are trapped here in this simulation as punishment for your crimes. But the simulation has glitched, trapping you here for an indefinite sentence.
You must be feeling very unlucky.
Now, there's a few different ways that the player can go here, but it doesn't really make a difference because this area loops. You'll see there's a machine you can interact with, but it says power core missing. So there's an order that you have to do things in. But you'll see as I'm coming down the stairs and down the hall, I'm going right back to where I started. So this is my spawn point. And there's even an exit here. This is the exit to the level, but you'll see if I try to go here now.
That's not right. You are still in need of further reconditioning.
The malfunctioning Warden AI says you're in need of further conditioning and flips the room upside down so you can't reach it. So now the exit is on the ceiling, which might have something to do with that physics engine machine back there. So now the level is reset. I'm right back to where I started. And there's that enemy we shot in the face earlier. We're going to take this path this time. Now here's an interesting little puzzle. It doesn't matter which way I look, it says it's a choice, but whichever way I look is where the enemies are going to be.
Wrong choice.
And I'm going to need more ammo. So like I said, it doesn't matter if I look left or right, that's where the enemies are going to be.
Not that way.
So I'm going to reload and get some more ammo. And this is going to loop infinitely. The solution to the puzzle is to actually face the enemies. If you run away, you'll be trapped, looping over and over again. The only way out is to face the enemies. Now that they've been dealt with, the exit's going to spawn here. And that's a bit of a trippy transition that brings us into this liminal space, which is an indoor water park. Now, obviously, the architecture here doesn't make sense because the simulation is malfunctioning. Everything's supposed to be a little bit off. Now here, I'm going to pick up the shotgun, which is a very powerful weapon, but has limited ammo. We also got a knife earlier that we can use if any enemies grab us. Now in here, we're going to flip on the auxiliary power in the breaker room, and that's going to power the movie theater that we saw earlier. So the cinema is now open for business. I'm going to grab some more ammo first. Most places have ammo if you just look around a little bit. As you can see, this is the atrium of a mall, and this is the consumer reconditioning program. So forced consumerism. You're stuck in this like 90s shopping mall filled with vending machines and outlet stores, and these enemies that you're facing are people who have been stuck in the simulation for a very long time, and they've lost their minds. So we're going to come through here to the cinema, back in this room with the exit up there. Now you'll notice that the inside is bigger than the outside. I thought that was a fun, dreamlike effect. out of shotgun ammo, so I'm going to switch to my pistol. That was the power core we just picked up, so we can interact with the physics engine, which is intended to be... Now let me just play a little Pac-Man here. Which is intended to be a physical manifestation of the physics engine running the simulation. Which is going to help us reach that exit up there. Alright, now we're on the roof. So I could just go straight to the theater from there, but I'll just, if you were to drop down, you would just have to run back the other way along the ceiling. And now you can access the exit. So this is as much of a puzzle game as it is a survival horror game. Now there is the exit, but of course, being that this simulation is meant to mess with your head, it's not going to be that easy. So the exit's running away from you. The hallway is stretching out, and the more you run, the further away it gets. So the very simple solution is just to walk backwards. And there we have it. This is the final room where you can break out of the simulation, and you can see yourself laying there being watched, and this is the final room of the level. Thank you.